Hey everybody, this is David at Barnyard Bees. Today's topic is, and a lot of people has been asking about this, about what to do about it, and I've noticed a lot of questions about it. And I guess the reason I haven't addressed it is because we don't have a whole lot of problems or issues with them. And it's ants, and what to do about ants. Especially if you're using a hive top feeder, you could experience a lot of ant problems. And I'm going to give you a few solutions that really work, and they should take care of your ant problem very fast. And let me show you a couple things I got here that will help you out. Not the dragonfly, I found him up here laying in a spider web, but these things are everywhere now, which makes it harder to make queens. These things right here are devastating on your young queens trying to fly out and get mated. Somebody was asking what you could do about these things, and here I go off topic again. So the only thing I know to tell people is what we found out. And if you're near a body of water, a pond, you're going to have more of these. We have a pond behind us, so you're going to have more dragonflies. How to cure the situation, I don't know. I don't think there is a cure for these. So as it gets late, that's why it's one of those things that gets later in the year. You can't hardly get rid of these things, and I don't know what to do but swat them. If you can catch them, they're so fast. They're about like a hummingbird. Talk about something that can hover. These things can hover right in the middle of your bee yard and sit there and wait. I can look out through the field now and just see them hovering everywhere. So this time of year, it gets more and more difficult to make queens, and that's one of the reasons is these things right here, dragonflies. But back to the topic. I know I'm off topic again. Some things you can do to get rid of your ant problem. One thing is you can make a solution. Now I've got it right here, but I haven't got it mixed up yet. What I got is 2 tablespoons of Crisco and 2 teaspoons of boric acid. Boric acid on the label is intended for ants, so there's nothing illegal about this. So what you do, the one-handed beekeeper with a camera, is mix this up. I won't go through the whole process, but you'll kind of get the idea of what to do. You mix this solution up, and preferably do this in the house. I'm only doing this for just to show you how to do it, and I'm in the bee yard, so I spilled a little bit right there, but it'll be okay. Bees don't like this stuff. So what you do, you mix it up very well. I won't go through the whole process because you can do it better two-handed in your kitchen. And then what you do, get your beetle barn. And what you'll do, you'll take a dab of that stuff once it's mixed and put it right in the center of your beetle barn. You'll close that thing up, and there's different places you can put this. One preferably place would be where your feeder is, because ants tend to go up there. Stick it right there. You can stick one in your hive. Now this thing will do 2 things. It'll kill the ants because it's highly toxic to ants, and it's highly toxic to hive beetles. So there's 2 things that it'll do there. Not only will it kill your ants, it'll also kill any hive beetle that gets in there. These things are intended for hive beetle, but you know, the opening is plenty big enough for an ant to get in there. Ant gets in there, eats that stuff, they're dead. They'll carry that stuff back to the colony. And see, that's the thing about hive beetles. Hive beetles, when they eat it, they pretty much die right there. The ants will carry it back to the colony. They'll carry some back to the colony, feed the queen, the whole colony's dead. So that's what you can do there. Now, that's one solution you can do. Okay, here's another. They make this solution. It's called Tangle Foot. This stuff right here is made from, it's all natural. there's nothing bad in this. There's no harsh chemicals or bad ingredients. It's all natural. It will not hurt anything. What this stuff's made for is to put around trees and to keep ants and different insects from getting up to their trees. But one thing you can do, now it depends on the stand that you have. And I'll do just a little bit here just to show you how it works. You just simply take a little bit on your hive tool or wherever. And what you'll do, see there's an ant right there trying to get to it. And you just smear a little bit all around your post. It don't take that much. It goes a long ways. And see the ants right there? There's ants trying to get past that already. I didn't see any in the hive, but they're going somewhere. See how it spreads out? And I just had a little dab on there. You can spread it underneath. And I don't know if you can see those ants on the video. They'll get up to it and they can't cross that barrier. They can't get past it. Because if they do, they'll be stuck like flies on a fly trap. On a fly strip. They just can't get past it. Of course, you put it on this side here. I don't have to demonstrate that, but you know what you can put it all around. It depends on your stand. It would be hard to put it on this brick. But you could, if you put it on the legs of your stands may be made a little bit different. But you spread this stuff around and it works excellent. But I know for a fact that this stuff is safe for bees. It won't harm them a bit. Especially nice friendly bees. But anyway, not just teasing. This stuff right here, it goes a long ways because it's all natural, which I love. There's nothing there that can harm bees. It's a sticky barrier that ants can't cross. That's what makes it so great. So, or unless you can find it somewhere else, that's fine too. I'm just letting you know about the product and how it works. It's called Tangle Foot, Tangle Foot. You can do that, and you know the bait. So you got two things right there that can combat against ants. I'm watching these ants here now, and they won't cross that. Since it's kind of like oil based or whatever pine tar is, it could rain, and that's pretty much rain resistant, so it'll stay there for a long time. There a big ant just come across. I don't know if I caught that on the video, and he tried to go across it and he fell to the ground. This stuff will absolutely work. So that will give you two tools right there to get rid of your ants. We do get these little tiny ants, but they don't seem to be an issue. They don't seem to hurt anything. A lot of times when I pick the feeder up like this, you'll see them scatter, and they're just little tiny ants, but they don't seem to actually get in the hive, but they can make a mess of your syrup. So they would be good to get rid of if you can. So this is just a little tip from Barnyard Bees, and I don't have it on video right now, but let me know in your area. The goldenrod here is starting to pop up. Not pop up, it's starting to open up and bloom. The plants have been established for a long time now, but the blooms are actually starting to bloom. We're actually starting to get goldenrod bloom here in North Georgia. Let me know in your area. I always like to get feedback from all over the country, how your goldenrod is doing, if it's coming up yet. Last year we had goldenrod all the way up through December. It was unbelievable. Some varieties of goldenrod can survive a certain amount of frost and freezing. And so we had goldenrod way up in December. You can check back on my previous video where I was still filming live viable goldenrod in December. So let me know what you think, and let me show you something down here on our feeders. Okay, this is our community feeders right here. Now what we got, this was kind of a little bit of an experiment too. In the middle, somebody was asking the question about feeding bees old sugar water and if it was bad for them or not. Well, the bees always know if the sugar water is too bad. Now, the fresher it is, the better they'll take it, absolutely. If it gets to a point to where it's got a lot of alcohol in it, they won't touch it. If it's starting to get a little bit stagnant and old, they tend to shy away from it. They will take it a little bit. If you look, these outside feeders right here, these are new. We just actually started feeding sugar water. This is the latest we have ever started sugar water. We usually start it in July, so this was August before we even started this. It took them 3 or 4 days even to find it. So what we got here on the outside is fresh, brand new sugar water that we just had mixed up. In the middle is sugar water that is a little bit older. Nothing wrong with it. It's just a little bit older. And look how the bees tend to go towards the sugar water on the outsides. Now, it wouldn't matter if I would flip these around, because I've done this before. It's not because they're on the outside. If you would flip these around, they would still go to that feeder because it smells more fresh. You can see this feeder here has very little bees on it, and this one don't have a lot, but these two outside feeders do. The bees know whether the sugar water is viable for them to eat or not, so it's not a worry. You don't have to worry about poisoning your bees. Your bees are highly instinctive. They know what's good for them. So somebody was asking that question, so I thought I'd clarify that and do a little experiment and show people how they just don't go for the sugar water that's stagnant and old. And I just had a little bit in there, and they are taking a little bit. It's not that old, but it's older than this. This is freshly brand new, made about 2 days ago. Also, when you make your sugar water, it's very important if you put some kind of brood builder in it. I have a video on how to make your homemade brood builder. The key ingredient is tea tree oil. Tea tree oil will prevent bacteria buildup inside the sugar, which will prevent it from turning to alcohol. So, very important. Look at the butterfly. Poor thing's got some wing damage a little bit. It must be old. But anyway, it's very important to add those. What we put in it, you can go back and look at one of my videos. I'll try to put it up in the description on how to make your own brood builder. It's got tea tree, spearmint, and wintergreen. But the main key ingredient is the tea tree. It's an antibacterial, and it'll add life to your sugar water, and it's attractive to the bees. The spearmint's actually the attractant. We don't recommend lemongrass. I've never put lemongrass in my sugar water. I just don't believe in it. I don't think they need it because it's too strong. It's too much of an attractant. So they just don't need it. So the tea tree, spearmint, wintergreen. That's it. But I'll put the ingredients and how to make it up in the description in the video. If you would go back and watch it. These bees here, they're very hungry. We're still in dearth. Now remember too, dearth means lack of nectar. So that's why the ants get so bad in your hive this time of year, because they're looking for something to eat as well. There's no nectar on the flowers, so they're hungry too. So that's why this time of year, even inside your house, a lot of people will start seeing ants coming inside their house as well. So that's why. So that's about it. Don't forget, folks, 2020 packages, barnyardbees.com. We've been taking orders for these for a long time. We have everything and anything you need at barnyardbees.com. And don't forget, click on the little bell, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Barnyard Bees.